lot of times our profession is, it's not respected because it's like, well, everybody's doing it. Everybody's not licensed. My goal is that's why all the education that I put out is to get respect back on our industry, our field, cosmetology, hairstyling. Even if you're a hair braider, if you don't have to have a cosmetology license, have somebody that maybe that can do shampoos, because that's a very important part in the service. These clients are tired of these new stylists who are not shampooing hair. Like they should want to come to you. Maybe they can do their own hair, but they want to come to you to get their hair shampooed.
Welcome to the Natural Hair Education Podcast, where we empower, educate, and embrace our essence through the love of natural hair. I am your host, Corinthian Carruthers II, and thank you for listening. I am a licensed beauty educator, licensed cosmetologist, and natural hair culturist. I am co-owner of Creative Hair School of Cosmetology and creator of Natural Hair Education, where I guide, teach, and coach beauty school students and professional stylists on their path towards mastering and increasing their value and income in natural hair care and braiding. On this platform, we will discuss real hair stories, break myths, and grow in self-love. This episode is brought to you by Natural Hair Education's Texture on Texture styling course. This styling course is a virtual educational experience. Learn how to properly detangle the hair, learn how to do coils, flat twists, two-strand twists, and an updo, all on naturally textured hair. In this program, you will receive Ada, which is Natural Hair Education's first texture hair mannequin. And listen, she is the real deal, okay? So once you get your hands on her, you'll be able to learn these different types of skills, as well as improve your own skills, increase your service time, and overall, increase your income. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Natural Hair Education's podcast. I am so excited about today's episode as I sit down with Victoria Shelton, known as Vicky from KinHairitage Salon, and have a conversation about her natural hair experience as a stylist. Now, I came across Vicky's Instagram page a few months ago, and I was just at awe at the entertainment and the education that she shares with her audience on a consistent basis. Before I bring her onto the show, I'm going to read her bio and we'll get right to it. Now, don't forget, Natural Hair Education is now on YouTube. You can check out full episodes over there and make sure to subscribe and share with a friend. And now here's Vicky's bio. The journey towards cultivating healthy hair and locks isn't an easy road to travel, and no one knows that better than Victoria Shelton, the owner of KinHairitage Salon. Her salon has served as a community staple, specializing in healthy hairstyling and hair care consultations and training for locks and curly hair since 2007. Victoria has spent 14 years guiding women, children, and men through their natural and healthy hair journeys. With her commitment to bringing exceptional customer service, unmatched skills, and a wealth of experience and knowledge to every client she serves and students she counts in or trains, Victoria has become known as the solutionist. Considered the big sister among the community of lock wearers she serves, Victoria has a reputation for making clients feel comfortable, knowing their hair care needs are safe with her. While many clients say Victoria has magical hands, she knows that her real magic is in her ability to teach clients how to love every strand of hair that grows from their head. When she's not servicing clients, facilitating consultations, or teaching women, children, and men healthy hair care techniques, she spends her time pouring her wisdom into other stylists and teaching them how to build a loyal clientele. Let's welcome Victoria to the podcast. Welcome to the Natural Hair Education's podcast. On today's episode, we have special guest Victoria Shelton. Welcome, Victoria.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that you are here. I do want to share with you what I admire about you before we get into the episode. And okay. I've been following your Instagram page for maybe 6 to 8 months or so.
Okay.
And all of your content is just, it's so good, okay? And you have so much to share with the audience. And not only do you speak to the stylists,
but you speak to the client.
Yes.
And I love that. So I love that you're always educating us on hair tips. You're giving us scenarios, like all the things. So today I do want to just jump into first about you. So can you just share with us who Victoria Shelton is and what you do?
All right. So you're calling me Victoria, but you can call me Vicky. Vicky is my nickname. Vicky is what everybody knows me by. Um, but I am a wife and mother of three, and I am a former salon owner. I still work behind the chair. I work independently by myself now, so I don't have a staff. I'm actually a salon suite. I own a suite out of a salon. I just moved here recently from New Jersey to Houston, Texas. So I had to, rebuild my whole clientele all over. And what you see on my Instagram page is just what I've been doing for really the last year since I relocated, because I had more time on my hands since I've been building my clientele. I had time to put content together and everything. So what you're seeing now, and I appreciate your follow, and I appreciate your feedback on the content that I'm serving, but this is all new to me. So being a prior salon owner, I always put my energy and my work into my clients and the stylist who worked for me, who I was training up in my salon. And now I don't have that. It's just me by myself. So I said, let me put this energy into my Instagram page and just put all the information that I would normally be teaching side by side with the stylist and training to my audience. And it's for other stylists as well as, like you said, the clients, because there's so much information out there that the clients need to know also. And really, since my move, I really niched down to locks. So I was always a natural hairstylist. And we had 2 locations in New Jersey, which was just all natural hair. And but when I moved here to Houston, at first I was doing silk presses and twists and extensions and even braids, but now my niche is locks. So I named myself the Loc Doula. I've been birthing locks, so many heads of locks, and I enjoy, because I'm a lock wearer myself, I just enjoy birthing locks, maintaining locks, and just educating people on locks and helping people through their lock journey.
That's good. That is really good. Okay, so you're the Loc Doula. I love it. I love it. I did notice that you do a lot of locks. I didn't know if that was what you specifically specialize in. I knew it is now because I see all the lock videos that you post and all the examples of the micro locks and you locksmithing and doing all those things. But let me ask you, because you said you were a natural hairstylist. You are a cosmetologist, correct?
Yes.
So how were you able to learn natural hairstyling, through cosmetology, or was that something that you self-taught?
No, a little self-taught here and there, but mainly, so I'm a cosmetologist. When I opened my salon, KinHairitage, because I'm in the field of cosmetology, I was doing everything: relaxers, hair color. I never did jerry curls. Thank God. I never had to do a jerry curl, but it's something that I knew how to do. So my salon was, we catered to everybody. It wasn't until I went on my own natural hair journey where I cut all my relaxer off and I went natural just to start locks. So I had a TWA, and that's when I started going to different conventions and lock classes and stuff like that. So I definitely went out there and invested in learning how to work with natural hair. I was doing locks, but I wasn't really doing locks. Like my boyfriend, who is my husband now, but he was my boyfriend at the time, he had locks first. And the loctician that he was going to, she had a reputation for standing people up, and she just didn't have good business practice. So one day he went for his appointment and she wasn't there, and I had to twist his hair. And I was using the beeswax. I didn't know any better. No. Now this is years ago now.
Okay.
But just getting that education definitely helped me on my own natural journey. And then I was like, getting back into the salon, I felt conflicted. I was like, I don't feel right giving these clients relaxers when I'm not even relaxing my own hair. So then I would pass them off to my stylist. And then they got to the point to where they was like, Vicky, I don't want to do relaxers anymore either. And I was like, all right, well, we're gonna have to turn it into just a natural hair salon. And I think that's what really made our salon stand out at where we were, because nobody was really specializing in natural hair or even teaching natural hair. So that's how it transitioned. I started telling people, if you want a relaxer, it's $1,000. You know what I mean? Just to like let them know, like, basically we're not doing relaxers anymore. At that time, because, as a hairstylist, your clients sort of, they mimic or want to look how you look. So at the time, I probably only had a handful of relaxed clients anyway. Most of them was transitioning or fully natural, getting their big chop by me. So it's not like I had to tell everybody, like, we're not doing relaxers anymore. But the few that were still lingering, I did have to refer them, or they transitioned to natural to stay a part of the salon. But it was a pretty smooth transition, just because it was in me already. I was natural, and it was something that my clients were already seeing from me and my staff. And just letting people know that I can refer you to a great stylist that does relaxers right around the corner. You don't have to stay, but you have options. And it was a little scary because, people were like, well, it's just a fad. It's not going to stay. What are you going to do when everybody gets relaxers again? And I was like, I think this is more of a lifestyle. It's not a fad. And we were a staple in our community to be able to get people on going through the natural journey and teaching people. So we would have seminars where we taught our clients how to use product and how to work with their natural hair, and it just took off from there.
That's awesome. That's so amazing. And we're in 2021 and the education is still needed. You still have clients that are they're struggling, like they're asking questions. How do I do this? What should I use? That's like the number one question. What should I use? And for everyone it's different. You just can't recommend a product without even analyzing the hair or knowing the hair.
And that's why YouTube wasn't really helpful, because, everybody ran to YouTube, but there was some disappointment because it's like, what that person told me to do is not working. And it's like, yeah, they can't tell you what to do. They might be able to give you styling tips and stuff like that. But as far as hair care, you need to come to a cosmetologist. And a specialist that specializes in natural hair and that can actually come in, see your hair, feel your hair, and then maybe recommend certain products after it's been tried on you. But yeah, YouTube, they can only get you but so far until you're tired of spending all your money on all these products.
That's so true. So let me ask you about Houston. How is that going for you? First of all, how was the change from having your own salon to moving to a salon suite? Was it well, I know that that's a drastic change because you're used to working with people, you used to having other stylists around you to even bounce ideas off of, off of, and now you're in a salon suite. How was that transition?
It was bitter, sweet, sweet. And I say that because, any kind of change, especially when you're leaving, I left my family, I left my staff, I left my clients behind. That was the bitter part. But the sweet part is just getting, I love a challenge. So getting to have to rebuild all over after it took me years to build a clientele. And I was like, I'm gonna do it again. But this time it's different because I have social media on my side. At first it was, you're out there in the streets passing out cards and stuff like that. But now with social media, I was like, let me do it over and let me utilize this network that we have where I can, reach people differently now. So I enjoyed that challenge. And that's going very well. I think when you take a leap like that, it depends on where you're going, because here in Houston, it's a need for what I do. So that was a big help. And just from leaving my salon to, you know, having to sell all my equipment and everything to when I first moved here, I was in like a real small space I had to get used to that. But I mean, I can adapt.
Yeah.
You know, everybody can't do that. Some people are just sitting there one way and they would just like give up and say, I can't do this. But I like to, you know, I like change and I can adapt to any type of atmosphere. And now after my first year of being here, I moved into a bigger suite. So, but then I had to get used to that. I'm like, now I got more elbow room. I got to get used to moving around now. So, you know, that was a challenge of, you know, just having to adapt to a smaller space, but I made it work. And when I moved here, I picked a location that is not just a private suite to where it's just me and my clients. So I work at a salon where we all have our each individual salon space, but we can either have it private or open. So we can still hear each other talk. We can still see each other. We share a common shampoo area, you know. So I like that because I'm used to that open floor salon where everybody can talk to each other and hear each other. And when you say bounce ideas off of each other, that's so important. Even if in the future I move anywhere, I still don't know if I would want to have that private suite where it's just me by myself, because I like the environment and the community of a salon workplace, you know.
Yeah, so do I. When the salon suites start popping up, it's like, okay, it's a good idea for those who want their own salon or to have that experience, but they're still not getting the full, true experience of having their own salon because you don't have the co-stylist in there with you. You don't have the community or the energy. It's different. And for those that love it and it works, that's great. But I know for me, I'm a stylist. I want people around me. You know, like I want to be able to communicate, and it brings about a different type of energy.
Yeah, it does. I'll be looking like, oh, look what they did. Like, I just love seeing other people's work too.
Yeah. And then you learn so much. And especially being in an environment where each stylist is open to share, share their ideas. It's like you guys become a sisterhood together, and your duty is to help these people serve the people. And they come in here looking for that camaraderie. So I really enjoyed the open salon area. I did.
Yes.
Yeah. The next thing I wanted to ask you about is the locks. Yeah. So I see a lot of micro locks on your page, and I've seen you do the locksmith technique. Now I myself, I've tried it, and I'm not getting it. Okay. I'm really slow. But how did you get into, the micro locks and the locksmithing, especially when you were specializing in, let's just say, natural hair overall, and now you've focused specifically on locks? How did you get into learning about locks and then doing the locksmith and then micro locks?
Okay, so like I said, back in the day when I transitioned the salon into a fully natural salon, I learned about locks by going to her name is Malika Tamu Carter, and she's in Baltimore area. She had a locking one-on-one workshop, and I spent all day with her, and she taught me how to start locks with the diamond parts. I don't know if that's the East Coast thing, but I think more people in the East Coast start locks with the diamond parts. And I think it's just because, a lot of people learn from her. But so that's how I learned how to start the foundation for locks and how to cultivate locks, and how to use the right products. No more beeswax. As far as the micro locks, that is something that I just started doing moving here to Houston. So when I was in New Jersey, I had 2 clients who they had micro locks. They started them on their own because their idea was they wanted sister locks, but really couldn't find anybody who was certified in sister locks in our area. So they started their own micro locks, and they came to me to maintenance them. But in New Jersey, I never started sister locks. Moving to Houston, it's something that people kept asking me about if I did them, and I was like, I maintenance them. I always knew how to start micro locks because it's the same foundation of starting the traditional larger size locks. as far as the parting and everything goes. But and I do interlocking. So it's interlocking. That's what all it is. But I was like, you know what? I have time and I enjoy doing it. So let me put that on my menu, and it's been taken off from there. So lately I have been posting a lot of the new micro locks that I have started. And I've never wanted to really get certified in sister locks. And, just because of everything that goes along with the sister locks. But, I think micro locks is another option that's available for clients and also for stylists who know about doing interlocking properly and, enjoy sitting with clients. Cause I'm one of those stylists, I enjoy sitting with, I can do one client all day. I know stylists that are like, oh no, I need 1 hour, 2 hours and they out. I can't sit with one person all day. But I enjoy, spending that time with the person. And then, so microlocks it's not new to me. Like I just learned it, but it's new as far as offering that service.
Right. Yeah. And then what about locksmithing?
Yeah, so locksmithing is a technique that I learned years ago. I actually learned it while I was still in New Jersey at a extension convention. Okay. And the teacher was, doing the technique and teaching because she was like, this is what you can do for lock extensions. It does not work for lock extensions because you still need that extra step for the lock extensions to be secure. But when she taught me that, I took it back to my salon and trained my staff, and we've been doing it ever since. So it's, just another option of palm rolling. Like you said, it takes time to learn. Everybody that I taught, they're like, I feel stupid. I feel like I'm not doing it. And I'm like, just keep doing it. Just keep practicing. You start out slow. Like you say, you feel you're slow, start out slow. That's the only way to do it. And then you'll get faster at it.
Yeah. And when you do it, it just looks so relaxing. It just looks like well, first of all, for me, hair is relaxing. Like whenever I'm standing behind a chair doing a cultivating styles, it's like meditation. Yeah, it is. It's therapy. It's definitely therapy. And so even to watch others do it, like when I see you do your examples, I'm like, oh my God, it just looks so relaxing. But yeah, when you do it, you're so quick and it just looks so smooth. And so I just
from years of experience. But like I said, even when I learned myself, I just practiced on my mannequin, and because I've had a lot of lock clients, I was able to practice on that. I would probably just do one lock a client and then palm roll the rest, so I didn't waste their time. But practice makes perfect, and I'm so grateful for Ona. Ona, she's the one who created the technique and brought it to life. And you see everybody doing it now. The locksmith, it's really spelled with the Y, locksmithing. But I did a video to shout out Ona Asario for, bringing that to us and showing us that. And it's so funny, I was 8 years old when she came up with that technique. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so this is not new. Okay.
It's not new, but it's new. I feel like social media has really showcased a lot of work, whether, like for people all over. It's given us a platform to showcase the things that we do, different techniques, and just expose the community that is into this, different ways of cultivating styles. I love it.
And I felt like I needed to showcase her, that one video that I did, because a lot of the seasoned stylists, or a lot of our what are they called, the people who came before us, they're not really on social media like that. But they did a lot for the community as far as education. And if you wasn't there live in that class, you wouldn't know about it, because now they're not even really posting. If you look at her Instagram page, she doesn't even really post her doing the locksmithing technique. But I feel like a lot of people took it over and won't even give her props for, showing this technique. And I just felt like that's not right. Like if that was me, I would want, because I'm on social media, I'll be like, look, this is me. Y'all got this from me. But her and a lot of other people that came before us, they're not on social media like that. But that's why I did that video, and just to spread the information of where it came from, how she came up with the technique, what gave her the idea and everything. And yeah, big ups to Ona for showing us that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad you said that because yeah, I think in this industry, what we know just did not come from us. We've learned from the people that came before us.
Yeah.
And they've been through so much, even trying to represent the natural hair community when it wasn't popular. They still were, doing it. So just, I say thank you on her behalf for sharing that with us. And I'm sure a lot of people did not know that.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to make sure to add that in the show notes as well, paying her tribute and homage because she's the one that actually created this method. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so I want to wrap it up, but I do have 2 questions for you before we go.
Okay.
The first question is, I know you attended cosmetology school, which sometimes stylists these days don't go. They may just be a braider. But I highly encourage school because I believe that that's where you learn more than just how to, you learn why. You learn more about the structure of the hair. So what would be your tip for a person that's interested in becoming a natural hairstylist, or they're in cosmetology school now? What would be your tip to them or their advice for them on this journey?
Well, if you're in cosmetology school now, and I give everybody this tip, because this is just something that I experienced. Learn everything in cosmetology school, pay attention, because I was one of those students where I felt like, well, I'm not going to be doing hair color when I get out of school, so I'm not going to pay attention to it. Or somebody might think I'm not going to do, a lot of times we say we're not even going to do no pin curls. Pay attention to it, study it. First of all, you need that to pass your state board. But when I got out of school and realized, oh, okay, I do have to do color, I had to invest more money into taking classes on color because I didn't pay attention to the science of it or the basis of it in cosmetology school. So learn it all. It's for a reason. And for somebody who wants to, a lot of people now, they want to start their own business. They want to do hair. They want to be hair braiders. They want to be locticians. And I always say, I suggest going to cosmetology school too, because yes, it does not teach you how to do locks properly, or it may not teach you a lot about curly hair or, natural hair, but it teaches you the basis and the foundation for every hairstyle. So yes, because finger wave is not in right now. It might come back next year,
Mm-hmm.
but the purpose of teaching us finger waves and pin curls and stuff like that is because it is a base to different hairstyles. I still incorporate pin curls in styling locks because that's going to give you a nice set,
Yeah.
Also, it teaches you hand-eye coordination. So these are things that we need to know because we're going to be doing it as we're styling whatever type of hair you plan on doing. So besides that, sanitation is a big part. There are things that we need to know to be able to protect us and our clients. So yes, when people hit me in the DM and they want to take a course from me or anything, I always suggest cosmetology school. It's going to just take you way further. You can do more with that certificate, and you'll be taken more serious. You will. And I think a lot of times our profession is, it's not respected because it's like, well, everybody's doing it. Everybody's not licensed,
Mm-hmm.
and my goal is that's why all the education that I put out is to get respect back on, our industry, our field, cosmetology, hairstyling. Even if you're a hair braider, if you don't have to have a cosmetology license, have somebody that maybe that can do shampoos, because that's a very important part in the service, So these clients are tired of these new stylists who are not shampooing hair. Like they should want to come to you. Maybe they can do their own hair, but they want to come to you to get their hair shampooed, because it's nothing like having somebody else give you a good shampoo.
Good shampoo, yes, and feeding your hair what it needs. you know.
Yes.
But yeah, that really surprised me when I started seeing come already washed, blow dry. It's like, okay, well, what am I paying for? I mean, I know I'm getting a style, but that's part of the professional service, you know, like
Right.
when clients come or when they go to visit a salon, yes, they want to be pampered. They want to sit back and relax and enjoy a shampoo. And the stylist should be able to analyze the hair and scalp, give a good cleanse, and you know, steam treatment if so needed. Like all these things, you can't skip that
Yeah.
process. That's part
Because
of the process.
it's not about just knowing how to do hair. So when somebody says, "Oh, I do hair," I'm like, "Is that all you do?" No, you need to learn. It's about hair care. You
Yeah.
know, somebody can go to anybody to get their hair a nice style, but when they take that style down, what's
Mm.
their hair going to look and feel like? You know, so
Yeah. And a
I
lot of
think
these
that
new
just needs to be pushed more.
yes, a lot of these new stylists are compromising the integrity of the hair. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
a lot of these styles are compromising the integrity of the hair. So
yeah.
we got to get back to the basics.
We got to get back to just staying firm and saying no. I will not do that style on you because it's more about hair care for me, you know.
Hmm.
And if you
Hmm.
don't like it, all I can do is give you my advice and you can
Yep.
move on, or you can take my advice and let your hair flourish. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants healthy hair, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep. Absolutely true. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go, but before I let you go, is there anything else you want to share with the audience that's listening?
Um, I just want to. Can I do a little plug real quick?
Let's do it.
All right. So, like I said, when I had a staff, I was always able to take young men and women out of cosmetology school and teach them how to do natural hair. But since I don't have that right now, it's just me. I'm going online. So this February, I have an online educational app that's going to be dropping, and it's going to be teaching hairstylists as well as clients. It's going to be teaching clients how to do certain things at home, as well as hairstylists how to do different techniques and everything. So just look out for that for the new year. That's something that I'm excited about because, like I said, I don't have somebody right here by my side to teach that, pass that on to. But now in the social media streets, I can reach
Yes,
more people. So I'm going digital, and my app will be dropping in February. So look out
that
for
is
that.
good. I want to be a part of it too. I want to take some classes. I feel like education
Yes,
is key. Education is always important. Never stop
it really is.
learning. Never
Continued
stop
education.
learning. Yes, yes.
Yes.
But that's awesome. Can you also share where they can find you at? Website, social media?
Yes. So my social media handle is KinHairitage. It's KIN as in natural, HAIRITAGE. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What else is there? All around social media is KinHairitage, and then my website is KinHairitage.com.
Awesome. Y'all go check her out, especially go look at her Instagram page.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I stop and I have to watch because I know some type of education being delivered is something that's gonna make you smile. So I love what you do. Yes, I love what you do, Vicky, and I'm gonna keep in touch with you. I want to be a part. I want to learn some more techniques, whatever you have to offer. I want to take some classes. So I will be watching out for when that drops.
All right, Corinthian, thank you so much. And it's great talking to you and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be in touch soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed the episode. Victoria is just a sweet, humble person. I'm sure she's very easy to talk to with her clients, and I'm sure they don't want anyone else to work with them because she's such an amazing person. She shared a lot of valuable information in this podcast episode, and if you want to have any conversations about them, be sure to head over to the YouTube channel, Natural Hair Education, and leave your comments under the video, and I'll be sure to comment back. Until next time, let's continue to educate, empower, and embrace our essence through the love of natural hair. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.